My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Aethermancer. Quick recap of the party. We have Jazzy here as an earthen striker who has a bunch of different ways to gain shield and give shield to other units, and all of that results in additional sidekick on Jazzy. That sidekick all gets expended at the exact same time, and Corbo generates a bunch of power and then gives that power on attack to Jazzy, who then has the power before the sidekick attacks happen. And then finally Zoe, our tank, who's taking all of the damage for all of the party, and also generating a huge amount of ether whilst doing so. Little concern, Zoe has 14 corruption even after a big cleanse there. But I also get to give them 3 additional max HP every fight. And here we are in the Garden District. Come on, show me secrets. Secrets! Your monsters gain 1 additional wind damage, or 5% evasion and crit chance. I think 1 additional wind damage is actually a lot, because all of our sidekicks deal wind damage, all of our braces deal wind damage. Well, wind or wild damage, rather, for the braces. I get... Oh, I was about to say, can I find any buffs before I have to fight anyone? Nope. Gonna have to parry to open this fight. Oh, this is perfect. These are units that I'm pretty sure I do not have mementos for. All I gotta do is stagger one of them. Don't really need to care about my red generation. Both of the enemy's attacks are going against the wrong targets, unfortunately, so both of our redirects will get consumed this turn. So I think Zoe should probably spend a little generating additional redirects, as well as additional armor. Running out of redirect is one of the worst things that can happen to us here. I think we debrief for the temporary power. Yeah, there we go. Basic attack causes the follow-up. Little bit of purge, prevents one of the casts from the enemy. And hell, I could even purge again while wind punching. Yeah, it's probably worth doing, to be honest. It's either that or only generate a very small amount of resources. I'm largely worried about the fact that with large poise counters on these enemies, it's going to be really difficult to stagger them at all. And if I can't stagger the enemy, I can't capture its memento. How dare you poison us? Ooh. I'm gonna need to generate 2 additional redirect this turn. Ugh. Can y'all just choose to target Zoe more, please? I really want to be retaliating much more than I'm capable of at the moment. I would be able to Diamond Charm and then just follow up with a Gemstone Fist for a bunch of damage against the target. Gemstone Healing's also not bad in this position. Actually, I'll take a deep breath. Remove 2 debuffs. Yeah, 2 debuffs. Debuff removal removes poison. So poison has to be a debuff, right? God. We're so insanely bad at staggering wind enemies. I don't think I can capture a Jinn, not in this turn, but also possibly not in this run? Okay, by taking out one of the enemies before they get to strike here, I also managed to keep the redirects. Speed of sound, that did a lot of damage. Also gave 2 dodge to the enemy. And it did that damage while they had weakness. 2 weakness as well. Yeah, they're both doing resets this turn, so no use setting up staggers. What is that move you're using? Polar Wind. 2x13 Water Wind against target enemy and applies force to all allies, so they'll crit after that. And yours is Diamond Shield, a bunch of additional force. Okay, yeah, so you're just stacking crit. Obviously, stopping those attacks is going to be pretty important for us. This redirect Winter's Guard makes some sort of sense. It cleanses debuffs from allies, but I really don't need to cleanse debuff from allies. Maybe it's just stack a bunch more redirects. Yeah. And shielding, because it'll be a lot of damage coming in. Dedicated support actions are really nice here as well, so that I have more power to give. Gemstone Fist for all but 1 health on that Jinn, and then a single basic attack causes a retaliation. Oh no! Oh no, wait, yeah, the retaliation itself will also be enough to kill here, we're fine. Get him! I've also got to make sure I actually get max HP before the end of the fight, haven't done that yet. Oh, it's going to be so lovely to replace this ability eventually in the future. Oh, that's the plus power for everyone as well. Enemies only shielding and giving force. Interesting. I do want to have redirect, so we'll set some up, because with that redirect, we at least have the additional shielding power. And I have so much Ember. Can you tell I was just recording Monster Train? I have so much Ether. I can just afford to do a giant Gemstone Fist each turn. Yes, yes, good Diamond Shield. I mean, I gotta let the huge sidekick, the 65 damage sidekick to do it. Hell yeah. Zoe and Jazzy both level up here. And their auras. Hell yes. Whenever Cyclic is applied to this monster, generate 1 random ether. That's so much ether. It generates like three psychic a turn at least. And then Zoe's is a different ability. 4/3 wind earth damage against the target. I mean, that's... Realistically, I could use that. Do I have moves I'm not using though? Like, I am using Drift Punch. I am using Winter's Guard on certain turns. I am using Flash Guard on certain turns. I don't want to take any of those. I'm going to take the HP there instead. Level 8 for the other 2 characters when they get their next aura. Not necessarily aura, but a passive ability at least. It's going to be really impactful for us. Yeah, I'm not really going to be able to sneak past them, I don't think. I'd love to stun this thing. Basically the only one of them I can stun as well. I don't do enough water hits for the other ones. Oh yeah! Medusa, right? Definitely looking for you to do something like Mineralize here. What's the free action they're all taking on that turn? Smog is their free action. Applies 2 poison to all monsters. Generated a sidekick from that somehow. I am looking to start staggering that. Definitely gonna need both Flash Guard and Brace. Now, bottom line that. Which tends to suggest that I'm gonna have to use just a default attack after this. I really don't like that. Maybe I should generate the Wild Ether this turn, because this is gonna be a tough fight for us, I think. I'll use this to Diamond Charm for a bunch, as well as generate a bunch of additional random ether, which then I use to mineralize to get a bunch of additional random ether. Yeah, how dare you smog me. Oh, that's so much poison. Please stop critting me. That's more poison, buddy. I don't know if you're aware, but that's... you're adding poison to me. Got a huge amount of amber out of the previous turn. Free and redirect, and then the Winter's Guard would both be really good here. I'd love to be doing more retaliates, but if I have to collect these buffs at the moment, I got to collect these buffs. Deep breath allows us to remove the rest of that poison. Oh, most of the rest of that poison, at least. Then Fire Dash will pass off all that additional power and set up a memento capture. Medusa unlocked. Poison, Affliction, and Terror. It's an earth-water creature. That tracks. That's kind of what I might have assumed. Capable of taking out that unit. I'm gonna Diamond Charm just to get a bunch of shield in order to get a random trigger. I can also just Gemstone crash someone, but as long as I'm preventing all of this random smog the enemy's trying to put out, I think I'm okay. Unfortunately, my only retaliate this time is generating energy. Which realistically, I don't need more ways to generate ether than the Sidekick generation and retaliate generation. Double casting Winter's Guard this turn. Because the enemy is doing that AoE attack. And it doesn't look like I can stop them. Okay, now I can stop one of you. Gemstone Fist generates so much additional shielding. I mean, I could use one of the 5 debuff cleanses here with the antidote, but I don't think I need to. I think this should get me close enough. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. Okay. Yeah, and Venom did only end up hitting my shield, so worked out about as well as it could have. Yeah, just anything triggering the Sidekick right now is pretty ridiculous. Of course, I've got to make my gemstone healing worth. 3 additional max HP, please. Yep, that gemstone fist is big enough. And then some. Overkills the enemy by like 15. Right, so at 4 worthiness, people stop getting additional traits. Additional perks. Blade Rare. Adds 1 additional water generator to an attack and fire damage increases hit by 1. I mean, I can put that on Corbo. you generating some additional water can be useful sometimes. You doing additional fire damage can be useful sometimes. You doing crits can be useful sometimes. It's probably better than the salve overall. Especially in a world where you already have 0 corruption and are continually getting back down to 0 corruption. Aethermancer Whip. Okay, so I'm going to have a lot of purges that I can do directly from hand. That's also really important because the Aethermancer Whip is an attack that the Aethermancer can use, which means it can trigger Sidekick. That's a big purge turn that we can hit with that. Oh, I really want to capture one of these. I'd love to capture both of them. Don't know if I'll be able to, though. Okay, cast the map. Fully explored. Are they? Oh my god, yeah, no, they're close enough. Wow. If I recall correctly, focusing the Sphinx first seems to be essential. I don't have that much earth damage to really throw into you, though. So we'll see how we manage to do it. Sorry, if we manage to do it. The enemies are only attacking once. But I am going to need to keep ahead of redirect generation, I'm pretty sure. Already used that to generate Wild Ether before. I think I'm mainly going to gun for trying to purge a bunch of enemy attacks here if possible. So yeah, that's just doing basic healing. Gets us closer to the stagger, keeps up that redirect. We just have to rely on being able to take 20 damage in a single hit. Yeah, that should be fine. And honestly, Gemstone Fist. Even more sidekick for me. I am gonna need to get that minion down pretty quickly before it just heals itself back up. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. Let's get some power so I can give some power. It's not the stun I was looking forward to. Oh, that shield's 100% on the wrong person. Oops. I think I can get away with it if I use a flash guard as well. Oh, it staggers it. I'll have an opportunity on another floor to get a Sphinx, but how dare you? I was working so hard. That bite did a lot of damage. If I just keep up like big heavy shielding every turn, I think I will just be able to straight up tank through this. Quite comfortably as well, to be honest. Deep breath bursts. Even more power and temporary power. Not passing that this turn though. Gemstone healing. I mean, they're going to be resetting this turn, but preventing them from doing their action would be pretty good. Blossoming Strike for... Wow, that was 38 damage overall. So yeah, the second Blossoming Strike could have done some serious work. I got a lot of regeneration on him. It's going to take a stagger and an explosion, I think, to kill one of these at this point. Definitely got a basic attack to follow up with here, especially because it does wind damage with that basic attack. Nice big stagger. Got a double brace on Zoe. I'm even gonna have the Winter's Guard for even more. Pretty sure. And then we can set up a stagger on. I want to call you Crocodilian, but I'm just thinking of Darkest Dungeon realistically right there. I get to brace you once. Oh, and you better believe I get to brace you twice. Even more weakness, buddy. Get used to it. Memento crafted for Amit. Earthfire, a tank summon regeneration. I've never even... Well, I've seen enemies that have summon. I've never gotten to use summon myself, though. I'd like to. Game. Hint, 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 hint. can happily throw out an energy charm. Oh, my basic is enough to stagger the other one. Well, the double retaliate I just set up looks really awkward in comparison to that, but that's okay. The other one's going to reset. It's going to be much harder to stag you in the future. I think I do Gemstone Fist, the surviving one. Summon Fire Lance, and then the Fire Lance gets to attack. Okay, so even if the enemy is taking a defensive action, or what looks like a defensive action in summoning, the summoned unit gets to attack immediately. Giant Gemstone for 60 damage, and now you have 8 Sidekick on you. So anyone else attacking for any reason, realistically, should just cause you to explode the remaining enemy. Yeah, with 96 damage from this Sidekick, does pretty well. Combo! Ooh, unnecessary. Cosmic Mediation, 50, every 50 healing on your allies, generate a Wild Ether, no. On attack, heals the ally with the lowest health for 2x3, yeah. On every 2 support actions, applies power to self. Honestly, yes, that'll help you scale faster, and that's realistically what we're looking for on you. 2 additional skill rerolls. Oh, those are gonna be so good. Loot drop Epic, Envoy, or Ether Crystals. I want to go Ether Crystals for the permanent bonus, but like I have 840 of them in this run, and my loot is so garbage on characters. Like if I can get a better version of the chain, we can do so much more. Truly, so much more. An Epic Banner Equipment. All allies gain 10% crit chance and 10% evasion. Increases crit chance, increases crit damage by 2 rather. Basic attacks generate an additional wind ether. Earth damage does additional damage. I mean, I can throw that on Jazzy, but it removes my only purge access that I have, which is very important. I guess I put this on Corbo then, because it's just a better blade. 15% crit chance for you, or 10% crit chance and 10% evasion for everyone. Also, your basic attack is wind damage. Generate additional wind ether. Yeah. It's fine, but I really do want to replace that blade with something better. Zoe gains... Oh, wow. Zoe levels up. Sick. Safeguard. The end of your turn, if this monster has less than 8 shield. No, never happens. Whenever this monster generates or consumes ether, happens a reasonable amount. It would shield you in the middle of turns. The thing is, like... So, we generate ether on every retaliate. And I think the shielding from this would still get increased by additional shielding that we have. So it's basically every time you get hit, generate 3 shield, which is it's not bad in a world where I'm being hit 3 times consistently. But when I have 4 rerolls and we're getting pretty close to the last time we will be able to level up a character and get an aura, I really think I need to dig deep for something that's much more ridiculous here. Decay, gain aging. Oh, you already got that, buddy. You don't need that, actually, sorry. For every 4 age, trigger an attack against all enemy. Yeah, if I had ways of gaining more age, maybe. Accelerate generation, generate wild ether, no. Endless endurance, gain aging for every 3 age. Apply redirect and shield self for 2x6. That, and then the other one that is an age tank thing would be good, but not only one of them. Ah. Yeah, this is the kind of thing we're looking for. Flawless defense on retaliate, shield self for 3. So it's the upside we were looking at before. For every 25 shield applied to this monster, apply power to self. There's also incorruptible. Shield self for 4. If this trait triggers 3 times, cleanse 3 corruption from self. It only cleanses corruption once per combat. I could take either of those, to be entirely honest with you. I think probably the more shield and corruption reduction is probably more impactful. Because this power, the only one who doesn't super care about having power is Zoe. Everyone else would lose a limb to gain power that easily. Let's increase Zoe again. These shiny obelisks were built by the Monsterkin to commemorate the monster deities. They were built after the monster deities' mysterious disappearance. The Monsterkin sought to pay tribute to them, in hopes they would eventually return. Over time, their function transitioned to keeping the memories of the monster deities alive. Not unlike gravestones. Show me secrets. Where are they? Why can't I have the secrets? I can definitely shadow wind. Wind and fire are the 2 elements I can shadow really easily. Don't gotta redirect anything if they're already attacking the bottom line, hell yeah. Granted, I probably don't care about double bracing this turn. Not sure. I think it's supposed to be true. But I'm just gonna hope I generate enough ether that it doesn't matter. That's my game plan. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer not to interfere with the unit that's going to be hitting a well-shielded unit of mine. You're already wasting that Ember. You just don't know it yet. I'm set up for a big gemstone fist. I really want to do it, but Hurricane Punch... Oh! Even scores the stagger this turn. I didn't admittedly want to crit there. The crit was what caused the stagger. Oh, very underwhelming. Fiery stabs, buddy. Hell? Hold up! Hold up! That's a mechanic I'm clearly not aware of. What is going on there? Fearless. While this monster has 1 or more force, it evades the first hit of each enemy attack and has retaliate trigger a 2x2 fire water attack against the enemy. What? I can't let them have force. I mean, on my side though, you can have whatever you like. Yeah, you can even have the large fries. We're going to be looking for just as much damage as I can pile on that Naga that is currently taking 50% more damage due to their weakness. Good time to take a couple deep breaths. My god, that's so much power we just picked up from that. Sidekick. $86 damage on the crit. So now only one enemy's attacking this turn. I'll take my free brace. And I'm honestly leaning towards sending out a Drift Punch. Keeps the redirect up, and absolutely, yeah, I'm gonna need to start sending in some staggers. Just 3 corruption there. After having taken our 3rd hit. Aquatic Armor. Ugh, that force. 3 force now means you're going to be riposting everything. How dare. Well, it's only the first hit of the turn. I just got to make sure I hit you a bunch of times. We're definitely getting to the point that I need to make sure that I use my gemstone healing. Lest I not get the max HP. I only deal in big hits. God forbid the first person to get the retaliate here. Oh, here it comes. $36. Guess I need to give out the power stacks that I've got accruing on Corbo right there. And then it should really keep up pace, I think. Flame Skewer, 1/31, plus 5 damage for each stack of 4, steals 5 additional damage if the target has a shield. And that's gonna crit as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you from casting that one, actually. I'm sorry to interfere, but that one's not allowed. Actually, that one's being eroded out. That was awkward. I guess I must have crit, causing it to cascade damage in a way I wasn't expecting. Said we seem to have ceased the worst outcomes. Why does it show me he's doing 0 damage? You have dodged your first move this turn already. I'm gonna do this. No. You already used Fearless Attack earlier in this turn. Is It's not. There's no way it doesn't say do it once per turn, right? There's no way it says if you have force, just do this, right? While this monster has one or more force. Wait. It's the first hit of each enemy attack. However, I will note the Gemstone Fist is the last hit of its attack. Why did you defend against the Gemstone Fist's shield damage rather than... Well, actually, never mind. Gemstone Fist only does one instance of damage, apparently. I just fully misunderstood how it works. All right. Continue. Go ahead. You're fine. I was wrong. As you were. That's what I was looking for. As you were. Fire Dash does no damage, but it activates Mr. Damage Lord. That Magnus hit is doing a decent amount of damage, though. Can't believe I was going to remove that earlier. Another 100 Ether Crystals for 2 more levels up there. Jazzy! Snow support. Stone Fist? Shield Cell for 2x4 deals 1x14 earth damage against the target enemy, then does an additional damage equal to the amount of shield on this monster. I will say, I don't think, Jazzy, you really need to want to replace any of your stuff. You can pay for them, which means those are the right things for you. I only really want to re-roll for aura stuff at the moment. Scepter. Oh, that's really annoying. At the end of the turn, apply 1 temporary power and heal self for 3. Wild conversion. I mean, it's not actually a good piece of equipment, but if I had that on Corbo, it would be at least a little more power every turn. I hope I have another level of enemies, but I have a sinking feeling in my soul that I don't. Ooh. Oh, hello. This is a garden protector, a magical plant grown by the former caretakers of the garden district. Unfortunately, it's become corrupted by the void. 2 souls would fully cleanse corruption from a single unit, but admittedly, I only have 8 corruption right now. It's the Sphinx that I want a copy of these. I'm gonna give it a chance. I still think I'm gonna fail to stagger it. Got to shield the only ally who's taking damage. Annoyingly, I have to use Gemstone Fist. A little bit of staggering there, a little bit more staggering with the follow-up, which then also generates some more Sidekick. Ready to help us continue staggering. I really want to capture it before the end of the run. I would like to be able to brace for the response here. But I worry that without this basic attack, I'm not going to be able to get that enemy to look. No. No, I'll figure it out. The Naga's doing a big attack. I can't let it just do that big attack unprotected. Yeah, Flame Skewer for almost all of the rest of our shielding. We just so happen to avoid the rest of it there. Perfect. And of course we get the weakness on response, which is really the power of the brace. Only increasingly skeptical that I'm going to be able to prevent that. To stagger that unit. If that crit would have done it. If I hit you, it kills it. I don't even have a way of hitting it that doesn't kills it. But it doesn't reset this turn, so I can just brace up in response. Especially because we managed to stop the big enemy damage and they've got some weakness on them, so I can afford the additional turn, I think. If I didn't need its memento, absolutely ending the battle there is 100% the right choice. Oh, the 4 weakness application on response, so good when we get it. See, I can't generate any power right now because if I do, it will then prevent the best outcome here. No, no crit. Don't you dare. That's a stagger. We got him. Sphinx, Memento unlocked, Sidekick, heal, and summon. Second one with summon. Lovely to see that. I do 100% think that we're in a position where I'm going to have to brace and redirect. I'll redirect while gaining shield because I am pretty scared. Should have done the redirect. No, I couldn't have done that redirect first. Would have been nice to do a redirect first if it was possible, but it wasn't, so that's fine. I think I'm going to go for a second stagger this turn rather than removing a unit from the field. Just on account of the fact that I'm pretty sure we end up taking 1 trillion billion damage here. Yeah, the next hit easily could have done like another 30 and it would have been it wouldn't have been awful, it just would have been really annoying. Unfortunately, this lets the enemies get a little bit more regen off. no, the miss. Their fearless attack in response. I guess that wasn't accounting for my Magnus hit, and that's why that ended up cascading. The intent system, the battle preview system, however you'd like to refer to it, is not especially reliable here. Because there's random things like miss and crit chance, and it doesn't account for those, but it also doesn't account for, apparently, some effects like Magnus's hit there. Even more shield. Now, Gem Fist. I already had to redirect on the fields. Ooh. Yeah, I'll use the Winter's Guard. Another redirect, good amount of shielding for the party, obviously. Some additional sidekick on the top line as well. I do like having the brace too. So this might be a good opportunity to throw out just a little bit more max HP as well. Because we are gonna run out of time to do that pretty soon. We're so deep in the battle and the healing trigger just occurred. That one's a lot less fast than I thought it would be, to be frank. Ooh. Sidekick just kills him. Flame Skewer for 71 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. I don't have to worry about it again, but good lord. We're all set up. Oh no, you're gonna riposte that, aren't you? Oh, thank heck it missed. Gotta brace myself right before we kill this enemy, just out of respect. Yeah, one more battle and we get Corbo and Zoe both to level up. I would love to see that. Unfortunately, pretty sure both of their next level is just replacing one of their moves. That said, I can get value out of replacing a move or two on each of those. On each of those? On one of those, at least. I'm gonna go to the Witch because I definitely do have things that I can reroll right now. Please don't have Hecatoncheires. That's Hecatoncheires. Great. Well, look, I only get one more level up before the end of the run.
We've arrived in Vigil! Feels momentous, doesn't it? The Garden District's always been an imposing place to be in. Like being in the presence of the monster deities themselves. The Void has only really added to the otherworldly atmosphere.
Okay, so we're running out of new lines for those characters being said. I'll be able to reroll an action on Corbo easily without this. I think it's got to be a trade on a monster. The only thing is I don't know who it is. Emergency response is incredible. Power healing's pretty good. It's mostly how I trigger the Ascension, but Synchronous Mastery is doing much more. I think I could reroll Ascension, and that wouldn't be so bad. Taunt, Return to Ether, Protect the Incorruptible. All of those are great on Zoe. Yeah, I think the worst thing that's happening at the moment is the healing doesn't have a good payoff in Ascension. Or at least the Ascension payoff isn't fast enough to compare to other sources of temporary power gain and just power gain, including meditation at this point, which I actually think I took it over meditation earlier. So yeah, it's Corbo. And we're looking to get rid of Ascension. Ether Shield, not interested. Cleanse Corruption. Whenever an ally is healed to full health, cleanse 2 corruption from them only once per battle. Prime Absorption. Bingo! For every 20 damage absorbed by shield on allies, applies power to the ally with the lowest amount of power. That's exactly what I was looking for. Gain these before the run possibly gets ended. Is that all the stuff I can collect? Is that everything? Is that everything? Is that all of the everythings? I believe to be. All right, Hecatoncheires. Let's go. It's just you. It's funny that should have happened at that time. I was halfway through saying it's just you, it's just me and my monsters. And then the recording crashed because I'd run out of space on the drive. Just gonna have to stitch these files together. Everything is A-okay. All right. Hecatoncheires. You're attacking not great targets for me this turn. I'm gonna get my wild ether so that I can just play the first turn to my own delight. I'd love to be staggering this enemy, but given your 10 earth that you want, that's just not happening. I think my inability to stagger enemies is going to be my downfall, I suspect. If I do have a downfall, it's theoretically possible that doesn't happen. I'd like it not to. Flashguard Embrace so that I can start stacking weakness on the enemy is the wording I was looking for there. Hecatoncheires, you're using Crystal Charge on this first turn. 3/10. If this monster has 3 or fewer age, apply age to self. Yeah, no, I need to prevent you from applying age to yourself. Only the Aethermancer whip could have done that on turn 1. That's not good, because as soon as you have age applied to you, you are going to start getting much more difficult to deal with very quickly. You also do start the fight with Age, apparently, which it doesn't look like you have an Age stack on you, but I guess that's just one of the hidden things on you. Okay, maybe I just have to deal with it. Oh, it's gonna be really annoying. Honestly, fire, wind, 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 ether all being generated on that turn's pretty good. Oh my god. Never mind. It said we managed to purge, and then I guess we didn't. No, never mind. I guess we do. There we go. Okay. I'm liking the speed of resources we're generating at the moment. It's going well, eh? That's a sonic wave you're trying to do to all of us. Applies 2 weakness to all allies. Got it. We'll probably be using a Winter's Guard this turn, if I had to guess. I'm going to brace up. Then I'm going to hit you with the Aethermancer Whip, which is going to cause a Sidekick. So the Aethermancer Whip purges you. The Sidekick also purges you. Immediately invalidating your next 2 attacks. Great. Love to invalidate your next 2 attacks. Winter's Guard is just aces. Great defense there. Keep him comfortable with the energy charm. And again, the stupid higher our ether gets, the better our gemstones become as well. That is the gemstone fist, because it gains additional shield equal to the remaining ether. That said, I'm going to give the charm to Zoe because I really don't want Zoe to just get, like, eclipsed with damage here. I keep thinking of the real power of Gemstone Fist being the fact that it does that, like, big hit based on shield, but realistically, its actual power is that it does that, and then it generates a bunch of Sidekick, which is even more damage on the next attack I get. As well as more purge. Also, just the amount of power that's coming out consistently here. I think a lot of this power is attributable to the shield gives power. I mean, Winter's Guard as a free action is ridiculous. I'll do it again as well, because the enemy is going to be doing an AoE hit, unless I manage to prevent that, but I'm not going to be able to prevent those forever. Oh, the enemy is, yeah, the enemy is anti-staggering this turn, so I can't really do anything about that. Okay, I'm gonna Aethermancer Whip, causing the Sidekick, as well as 1 purge. And then I'll set up the Diamond Charm to have more Sidekick. Then attack to cause another purge. And then finally a Gemstone Fist on the top line for another purge. 45 damage while I'm at it. So the basic attack gets basically blocked. Soundwave hits everyone. Does not manage to do anything though. In fact, it just buffs the ever-loving hell out of Corbo because it does so much damage to so many shields. Hey, put those hands away. I don't care how many 3 digits of them you have. When is heavy-handed triggering? What's going on with that? 100-handed. At the end of your turn, if this monster has 3 or more age, so it's at the end of every turn. And it does it for every 3 age stacks the enemy has. Ew. I mean, Aethermancer Whip, Purge, Stagger. Well, not Stagger, just Purge. I want to redirect on the bottom line. I want to break free. I want to break free of the enemy's control here. Brace up. So I can riposte them too. Cleanse your own debuff there, but you've got a lot of power to share with the party, buddy, so you really need to follow up with an attack. Yeah, you got 9 power to give to both allies here. I actually do more damage on account of the amount of power that we have with Hurricane Punch than I do with Gemstone Fist. The real differential being Gemstone Fist also generates all that additional armor for all that additional sidekick value. Oh, thank you for punching me. And the ally with the lowest amount of power is always going to be Corbo, who can then always give that power to other allies. So good. In with a quick 2 purge. Really do need to keep the redirect alive. As well as do some AoE shielding, so we can get both those done at once. I just got to make sure that I've done it in this battle. And soon we're going to get to the point that I just need to end the battle with my next action, so... Take that there. Ooh, so much sidekick. Another 9 power on Gorbo to be passed off. How do you not love that? I'm gonna get ahead on redirect. I don't need to necessarily riposte on the bottom line. Okay. On energy charm. That's gotta be lethal, right? Oh, I didn't even manage to stagger you, so I don't even get to steal you. But I wanted to steal you. Get him with the gemstone fist. Hell yeah. Full control of that battle the whole time. Never a sweat broken. Corbo and Zoe both agree to level up. You have gemstone healing. It's time to replace that. Wind Bolt! 1/9 wind damage. Did you happen to notice what what ether we generated infinity of in that fight? Anyway, Wind Bolt, 1/9 wind damage against the target enemy, consumes all wind ether, +4 damage and +1 poise damage each. Yes, please. That will replace gemstone healing. Zoe. Honestly, Drift Guard, Shield Self for 2/6, apply Redirect to Self does seem like it's a little bit better than Drift Punch for us. Just because I really don't need Zoe to attack intentionally. But if I'm using Drift Guard, I'm probably also just capable of using Winter's Guard instead, and it's better. There's no virtue in keeping rerolls until the new game, so... Heal all allies for 5, and then shield all allies for 3. Not half bad either. Thorns. Trigger a 2/4 Earth Water attack against the enemy as a free action. Yeah, but it doesn't shield me, and it's also not an Earth action, so it doesn't double shield me, which would be really nice. Water Ritual, applies Age to Self. Wind Bolt, just in case you need to use it. Heals target ally. No. Diamond Charm, a free action on you for shielding someone else. It's not half bad. I mean, you could use it for yourself if you need to. I think I'd take that. I think I want that more than Drift Punch. Epic Equipment Drum. Oh. On support action, most of the actions that most of our characters do, cleanse 4 debuffs and apply 1 temporary power to the target ally. Crit chance plus 10%, sidekick damage plus 1, and water damage plus 1. I really don't want to lose the chain. And also, Jazzy, you don't do that many support actions. It's Corbo who would really want to hold this, but is it better than 10% crit chance, 10% evasion? I'm already okay at clearing debuffs, courtesy of Zoe's Winter Guard. Scrap it for 15 gold, and I'm going to feel like that's a bad idea, but I think it's what I'm supposed to do. Right.
I've noticed the structure of Vigil was strangely rigid and orderly, and especially hierarchical. The Forge District, Garden District, and Temple District all clustered in the center. Those were clearly meant to tower over the rest of the city, even though there was no hierarchy amongst the monster deities themselves, or at least from what we know. But then again, there's not that much we really do know about those so-called monster deities, is there? Care to buy anything?
Lance, no. Banner, bad. Purge to enemy ether, Hexing Harp, I'll take that. It's theoretically possible we could get enough experience for Jazzy to level. Whoa, come on. Level up Jazzy, level up Jazzy. Level 10. Permafrost. Aura. Instead of shields on allies vanishing at the start of the turn, half of all shields are retained. Round it up. Oh, honestly, it's probably power healing. Power healing was for a setup where I had some payoff for all of that additional healing. But I don't. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Give me the Hexing Harp. Take a Monster Soul and a bonus Expert. It's not going to be relevant, but we have it. Cleanse 20 corruption from all of our monsters, and it is time, baby. Show me Chernobog. We finally made it back. I can still feel Chernobog. I need to reach them again. Brace yourselves. Oh, we don't even get to talk to him first. Oh, maybe we do. Hello, Bog Boy. Is it possible for you to shut them out?
Shut them out. We will never allow it. Can you fathom how that feels? How could you?
I don't like being corrupted. I mean, I can Hurricane Punch one of them. Start staggering it. Pretty relevant. Just getting struck on the bottom line anyway this turn. So, like, you know, bracing is nice. I can just brace if I really want to just, like, pass through the turn. It's annoyingly 15 corruption. But it's better that done than not. Thankfully, I'm pretty happy to use a basic attack on. This line here even causes a sidekick follow-up. Hell yeah. That's enough to stagger one of your arms. Oh, it's even pivoted to being wind. That's very manageable, I believe. Oh, that's also really good. I can purge the enemy once, and in doing so purge both of their actions with the sidekick. We'll have none of that, thank you. Wind Bolt is way too much at the moment. I don't need to use it. Also got to remember I'm keeping half of my shield each turn, so shielding, I mean, for many reasons, including that, shielding is a heavy priority. There goes that other hand. Perfect. In order to stack even more weakness upon the enemy, I think I'm going to brace. Because they're already attacking the right target.
Get weakened!
Oh, no. I hate it when they've got that many arms. Corruption Grasp could basically summon nothing. Oh, that's all Earth as well on the enemy. That's pretty good for us right now. I don't need to Winter's Guard. I will brace in Winter's Guard, though. Well, yeah, the Wind Bolt just immediately slaying that guy is very useful for us. I think I should definitely do that. Take a dedicated action beforehand. Sorry, a support action beforehand, rather. Wind Bolt! Even transfers a huge amount of damage. Yay! Then a self-shield on top line. Oh my god, yeah, your maximum shield is half of your health, and we're already at that. Yeah, I gotta purge 2 enemy ETH here. I was thinking I would have a different way to be able to prevent that attack. No. No, it does not appear so. There you go, buddies. Just you and me.
Doom Bloom.
5 Terror? Why? What did I do to you other than that? And that. And what I just did. Gargoyle punched him right in the genitals. I don't think we can blame Gargoyle for that. That's exactly as high as they can reach, right? That's self-defense. Although I guess we did hunt through multiple different areas to come. So, deep breath. Deep breath. 6 deep breaths. Aethermancer went for a little bit of purging. And then you need to gain or give more shielding. There's your sidekick. Energy Charm gives us the ability to start hacking away at that. And yeah, and ultimately it doesn't. Whoa, hang on. Still got one more attack to come out, and I probably will just use the basic attack on the bottom line. I really need to. Although brace would be a lot better. But we can see because gemstone fists. Right, and then if I attacked you, I would be able to purge one of your attacks, but not the attack that I want to purge. So sure, I'll take a single brace.
A lot of damage, buddy, from that glacier you smashed.
Get to retaliate halfway through their turn. Nice. And we're all good. Everyone's well shielded.
Stop corrupting my ether! Stop! Stop it!
Actually, really annoyingly, I can't do anything about that water corruption you've got going on over there. You changed it away from the fire that I was already dealing with. Can't even cast Winter's Guard this turn? Why? I can't see anything there that would be stopping me from being able to summon that. Oh, hang on. All non-basic actions on... wait. Gives me to damage. Chandlerbox steals one of the corrupted actions from the... Yeah, okay. So, oh, that's so annoying. You're going to be Winter's Guarding every turn. Definitely the action I want to use. I mean, you also took the Fire Dash, so it would have been really annoying trying to stagger that hand as well this turn. I think maybe these are the turns where the... where the Void Crystal could come... Not Void Crystal, sorry, the Antidote Flask could come in handy, but I can't just let the enemy keep just casting the biggest moves it gets every turn. So I gotta do some Purge and some Sidekick, more Purge. Maybe we're just kind of taking it easy this turn. Not really a thing I desperately want to do, but... because it doesn't have any, like, future guarantee of success. I think I'm gonna have to Deep Breath. If nothing else, that weakness... it's gonna become a real problem in the future. And then here, I could get a standard riposte, but I could also just not. Oh, wait, we're also getting one... Fine. I'll do one brace. Gives me the ability to inflict a little weakness on the enemy. Yeah, Winter's... I gave them weakness, and then they immediately removed it. that hand killable. It's only 30 corruption that I had, and it summons like a better version of my unit than I have. I really need to be breaking hands. First things first, I need Flashguard Redirect, and then I need... second thing second, a Winter's Guard. Yeah, I was going for the hands. What happened there? Chernobog redirected its own hit, or Chernobog redirected a hit that was already going to its own hand. Well, that's a problem. Alright. There's a lot of attacks to let the enemies get, and I'm not feeling good about it. Oh boy. Windball for 44 damage. How dare you take my Windball? That's my 44 damage. Stop attacking! You are doing it too much! You're kidding me. They took away exactly the attack I need in order to remove the effect. God, do I just Wind Bolt for 1 trillion damage too? I feel like I should Wind Bolt just to take that unit off the field. I think that's like a really, really good idea. It in fact takes both summons off the field. I'd love to be able to give an ally ability to retake an action right now. Annoyingly, some of the things I need to do the most are just like a bunch of corruption to my own units at the moment, but it's removing a huge amount of vulnerability and stuff. It's giving us some additional juice. Just, I really need to be staggering, and I keep getting exactly the stagger ability disabled. We are getting a lot of power.
Anybody stop doing it. It's too much.
Please. Cool down. Okay. This is a lot better. I can energy charm and then break that control. Unfortunately, the enemy has a retaliate brace. They get these. They're directly targeting bottom line. I'm gonna have to Antidote Flask for the Purge that I can get. I'm gonna have to Diamond Charm. And then Winter's Guard. And top line, honestly, I think, like... Oh, I stagger. No, I don't stagger. I can debuff. That's got to be good enough, right? I really don't want to generate too much corruption, because then the enemy summons units with just a lot of HP. Okay, prevented the special action there. That's huge. Arcane Punch for 39 damage, and you still get another attack after that. Stop! Stop! It's too much damage! Stop it! At least you've only got one hand this turn. In fact, not only have you just got the one hand this time. I am actually endowed with holy purpose here. Start breaking this bad boy's hand. Got a Hexing Harp, so I can purge this action off of you. So it just comes down to Diamond Self Shield, another Winter's Guard for additional healing and shielding, and debuff Purge. Oh, you're kidding me. That was entirely my fault. I shouldn't have... The enemy shouldn't have done that attack because I should have Hexing Harped. It turned out okay, but it's not always gonna turn out okay. Oh wow, we actually stagger with that hit. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah. We absolutely... Yeah, I didn't check for redirect because it didn't say it had it. Well, at least there's no more redirect out there, so I can... Hexing Harp to prevent those actions. Gonna have to Winter's Guard and Brace. Oh, the enemies... That's so unfair. I just realized that the enemies gain the power of the unit that gets copied. I absolutely need to remove at least one of them from the field because letting it attack is a bad idea. It got the sidekick? Was it even showing that it had that sidekick? I want to go back and look at the footage because I don't think it was, but that is absolutely gonna be killing us right there. I mean, Wind Bolt does a huge amount of damage on a single target right now, but realistically, I should just use it to remove a minion from the field and then... Yeah, if it had the sidekick already on it, I definitely should have realized that and just sidekicked it. Or removed it rather than the other one. I thought I was being efficient. My Bodhi. That's where I keep my organs. No, not my remaining one Bodhi. Yeah, I mean, the rest of these are heals, but we died from full health, so I don't really think that healing would have changed anything about this fight, to be honest with you. Ooh, that's that 10% dodge, baby. We're still alive. If only we dodged this strike. The never mind thought of ages got us. No! We came so far. I mean, we can't be anything but pleased. Anything less than pleased about getting this far in Mythic and crafting 4 new mementos, rescuing 2 new NPCs, gaining a ridiculous amount of ether crystals for the future turns. For the future runs, rather. Alas. It'll lead us back to the town. It's time to get some level ups. Come to think of it, I've never seen you without your armor. Do you ever take it off?
Why would I? A true hero must always be ready to face danger. I can't do that unarmored, now can I? Ha! At this point, I was practically born and raised in it. Ha-ha! None shall ever surprise the mighty Sir Tiberian. I do take it off to wash, though.
I want to just buy out the rest of these shifted monsters. Whenever you encounter an enemy monster, if you already have its base memento, there is a chance that it will now be shifted. If you may craft a shifted memento of it, allowing you to shift the monster at rebirth. Shifted monsters have alternate base attributes. Sick. Additional rare hidden monsters can appear in Pilgrimage and Forbidden Fortress. Yes, please. Hey, did you meet Sir Tiberian in the Void? That guy's a living legend.
So, you really are an Aethermancer, huh? Guess I was the rube in the end. Hey.
I mean, I've crafted new mementos, Lily.
I find it interesting to imagine I was a monster in a previous life. Or maybe even a bunch of different monsters.
An interesting thought indeed.
Yeah, isn't it? But everyone else here thinks I'm crazy when I say stuff like that. Sometimes I even imagine whole stories and biographies of my former monster lives. They do say that monsterkin tend to have a better sense of recollecting past lives, so it could all be true.
Let's establish a soul bound. With some of at least one of the creatures that we got in the later area. So I could take Naga, the stacking force character. It evades the first hit of each enemy attack and has retaliate. Cool. So literally just stack as much force on you as possible. Amit, Attack summon regeneration. Regeneration heals this monster for 10% of its max health rounds up, but doesn't trigger at the start of the turn. On attack from this monster, trigger regeneration on self and deal earth fire to target enemy equal to the amount of healed. Soulbound Sphinx at the start of your turn, apply Sidekick to this monster and apply 2 essence to its attached minions. This monster cannot learn any attacks. And finally, Medusa, Retaliate, cleanse 1 debuff from self. For each 4 debuffs cleansed from self, trigger an attack that deals 1/4 earth water damage to all enemies and applies 4 affliction to all enemies. Give me the Sphinx.
Lily's been telling you how she got the Pilgrim's Rest, hasn't she? She turned out to be a valuable member of our society. I'm glad she's sticking around with everything going on. In fact, she seems a bit too excited about it all. Do watch out for her in the void, will you? For Pilgrim's Rest's sake, of course.
Gold start with gold, additional upgrade, additional inventory and discount. I mean, those feel pretty minimal. I'll come back if I need to. Regarding Soul's worthiness principle, I must say I'm opposed to your view on it.
Oh, are you? Please, do elaborate. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in more detail.
The inability of monsters to redeem themselves without the guidance of us Aethermancers is nothing short of cruel and far from admirable. This leads to classism, where we can simply choose which monster redeem fitting our tastes or what tool we need for the moment. To me, there's nothing remarkable about this.
Interesting. True, we do exercise complete control over which monster gets redeemed and which does not. What would you propose then?
A world in which monsters can freely choose to do good or bad without us needing to guide them. Now that is an intriguing thought. I disagree, but that only serves to make your perspective even more captivating. You do realize that the most heinous beings are reborn as monsters, don't you? Or do you disagree with the principle's definition of good or evil in general? On the contrary, I believe its values are its greatest strength. I simply believe it's unjust to rob them of their free will, the power to choose to do good on their own. They shouldn't be irredeemable from their past deeds by default. No one should. If they were given the ability to choose, I'm certain they'd be capable of doing good and working towards redemption all on their own. We could still guide them, but it'd no longer be necessary. They'd no longer even solely rely on our mercy. Many, if not most, Aethermancers would oppose your worldview. This provides us with purpose, reinforcing our own importance in Terra State. These monsters have proven capable of nothing but the worst. In my opinion, having us redeem them is already more than they deserve. You must either be young and naive or old and wise. Regardless, you'd be a perfect addition to Aquelius, bringing fresh perspectives to our extensive debates there. Thank you for this insightful conversation. Monster Flask, charge, upgrade. I mean, yeah, soul start with additional soul. Skill reroll start, admittedly, is probably the thing I care most about. Whoa, whenever you craft memento, you also gain 1 soul, and at the next monster shrine, the corresponding monster is guaranteed to appear. You can also use craft memento, even if you already have monster's memento. I think soul catcher sounds like a really good idea. And soul start, just give me more souls. More souls! For the Thresher. Ready to run in again in our next run. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Aethermancer. Top left is the series playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past. All the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Our Robot Connected. And a special thanks this episode to Dyla. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.